I just wanted to say atomic bombs changed your body forever and you literally did not have a choice in it. And that is not clickbait at all, but let me walk you to it, all right? So I just reposted this clip from a movie in which this actress was basically positing that we are among the last human beings for the foreseeable future that will know what the night sky looks like without Starlink, which gets together and forms these star-like chains of light in the sky. It was basically just lamenting the fact that a couple billionaires got together and decided to change something that has been a constant across cultures for billions of people for thousands of years.
Quite frankly, this is something that I had not even thought about before. And now, after watching this video, you know when they say when you see it, you can't unsee it. I also feel like light pollution is something that we most certainly need to talk about more and find a way to address this issue, because apparently there's too much light on the planet right now. All of this man-made lights that we've created, right, is too much, and it's a problem not just for us humans because it is negatively affecting our health, but it's also a problem for nature because this light is affecting nature. Apparently, we have literally went from let there be light to can you mofos effing turn off the lights? It's not funny. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Ivie, be serious. This is not a laughing matter, guys. This is for real. They are saying that the light is too much, that we need to reduce it because it's causing problems. I want to give a big shout out to this commenter, Floey, because they dropped this comment on the brother's video, right? And it was through this comment that's how I got to hear about light pollution. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I had never heard of light pollution before. I did not even know light pollution was a thing, right? So after reading the comments, I went and I read on it. I'm still reading on it, by the way, still getting educated on all that it is about, right? I get into the core of the topic of the issue. So I really cannot educate anyone right now on it. So if you are interested and you want to know more about it, please go do your own research. I just think it's fascinating, right? I never would have thought for real, like light could be a problem. You understand? Like I did not see this coming. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is just another very typical example of something can be good and bad at the same time. And it's crazy. You know what? Maybe I should scratch what I just said because it is good. The problem here isn't light, right? The problem is how are we using this light? We are doing it excessively. Our inability as human beings to do things in moderation, I think that is the problem here and not the light itself. Something else that this commenter pointed out that is a problem, right, that contributes to the problem we have in our modern world with global warming and climate change and the ozone layer basically wanting to tear and fall on all our heads is airplanes, right? And that's something that I've actually spoken about on my TikTok, not necessarily on here, but I've spoken about it on my TikTok. And I don't think on that note, what is understood needs to be explained because I believe the majority of us are already aware about the fossil fuels that aircrafts emit and how dangerous they are to our environment. So we are not going to be saying anything more on that. When we talk about airplanes, for example, not just even airplanes, even our normal everyday vehicles applies our roads, right? There are positives to these things, of course, that we obviously can see how much they have made our lives easier. But I think the point is, just to be clear, because I know there's going to be that one person that would, come into the comment section and say, oh, that these things are good. Yes, there is like positives to it. But the point is, at what cost? I noticed recently, very recently, and I did not even notice this on my own. It was a brother's video that brought it to my attention. There's this Nigerian creator. I think his name is the Plant Boy, something like that. I'm going to try and see if I can find that video and incorporate it into this video. He at some point in his video mentioned how he has not seen butterflies in a while. He doesn't see butterflies anymore.
In fact, our homes these days, we don't even care about greenery. Cement and vibes. We love it. Cement and vibes. We love to live in ovens. Our children no longer even see butterflies. When was the last time you saw a butterfly? The other day I saw a bee for the first time in Lagos. And I was so excited. I was making videos of the big. That's what we've turned into. We're so funny. We're funny. Funny. Laugh. Let's laugh. Let's laugh. Let's laugh.
And that was when I was like, wait a minute, that's true. When was the last time I saw a butterfly? And I started thinking, and I realized that I cannot remember the last time I saw a butterfly. So then it got me thinking, wait a minute, why don't we see butterflies anymore? Because growing up, there used to be a lot of butterflies.
Yo, you know where the danger is. You know where the danger is.
And this right here is the point. At what cost? These things that we are doing, this so-called modernization, yes, we can talk about the positives that comes with these things, but the negative effects, can we talk about them?
And that made me think about bomb post dating, which is what I started this video talking about. As briefly as possible, bomb post dating is basically a form of radiocarbon dating. And radiocarbon dating is just observing the way that carbon decays to determine how old something is. It involves half-life and a bunch of other stuff. You probably learned about it. What you may not have heard about, and I certainly didn't hear about until I was in college in a very specific major, is that the bones of people born in the post-atomic age are literally and materially different than the bones of everyone born pre-atomic age. The atmospheric effects of all of the nuclear bombs dropped during the 20th century have literally changed our bones such that we have heightened levels of carbon-14, which present unique ways to date the bones of someone born post-1940. It truly blew my mind because it's like you could go your whole life not knowing that, but once you know it, it just makes you angry because you didn't choose that at all. And it just feels like the most elegant and absurd example of our modern moment and the perfect metaphor for what we're dealing with right now in regards to the climate. These fires in LA burning down the homes of millionaires and people working shift jobs, it means something to and hurts all of them in a way that someone like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos literally cannot bring themselves to remember. I feel like the momentum of our circumstances are such that like the ugliness is unavoidable and needed.
So basically our biology has changed, and this wasn't even nature's design. This was not nature's decision. This wasn't some form of evolution. This was, we humans did this to ourselves. And then when you hear about how in places like Congo, for example, the genocides that's going on there and all of the excessive mining, all of the exploitation that is forcing the people in Congo to now be exposed to these minerals, to these toxins in ways that they should not be exposed to, in ways that nobody should be exposed to, and how, because of how exposed they are to these things now, it's changing their biology. It's affecting the children that are being born there. They are being born with defects, right? It really is heartbreaking that this is the world we live in. The time that we presently exist in, I don't even know how to describe how insane it is that we exist in this time frame where we need these things, but they bring us harm, right? And we have been, should I say conditioned? We are maybe not conditioned necessarily. We are so used to these things right now. We really cannot live without them, but they bring us harm. And as if that's not bad enough, some of these things that we need right now are gotten in very wicked ways. So now we get to have these things, but we also have to, or get to, constantly have our conscience pricking at us because we are aware the means at which these things came about to be and the exploitation that goes into the production of these things and the mining of the minerals that are needed for these things, right? Like our phones, for example, and what happens in the Congo and how people over there are getting exploited for their labor. People are being basically enslaved over there, and how people are even losing their lives because of this mineral. But now we still go and we buy these phones because we need them. You literally cannot survive in 2025 without a phone. These people somehow found a way to make us accomplices in the exploitations that's going on because we need these things that they are making, right? Even though we are against everything that they are doing, all of the exploitation, we still need the things that they produce off of the exploitation. So sometimes I personally cannot help but feel like a hypocrite, but I literally don't have a choice. And it's crazy. It really pains me. It saddens me. And I just get so freaking angry because, like, I don't want the exploitation, but I want the phone. And I know we can get the phone without the exploitation, but these people don't want to make it that way. So now they are making me accomplices because I constantly have to give these people my money for them to give me a phone, and they constantly use that money to go fund the exploitation and keep it going. And the circle continues. And it's just like heartbreaking because, like, I feel like I'm in a way indirectly funding these people and their wicked ways, because at the end of the day, I'm giving them my money. And what are they using this money to do exactly? Like, do you guys get what I mean? And that's why I'm an advocate for use your phone till it spoils before you get a new one. You don't need to buy a new phone if the old one is still working perfectly well. Stop giving your money to these corporations when you don't need to. Because it's like we are giving them money too much and too often. That's why they are having all of this money to be going around committing all of this diabolical-ish, committing all of this devilish-ish, and doing all of these wicked things. Like, let's not be giving them people our money when we really don't need to. I genuinely feel like if we all can globally do this, it would go a long way. I mean, before I got to know about what's happening in Congo, I've always been one of those people who use their phone till it's bad before they get a new one. So if the phone is faulty, say a screen is broken or the charging port is not working or whatever fault it has, I'm going to repair that phone. I'm going to take it to the shop, get it repaired, and continue to use that phone till it gets to the point where the phone is like, I know they do again, I'm tired, I'm old, and I need to be laid to rest. That's the kind of person that I have always been, and is the kind of person that I still am today. Hence why this is the very first iPhone that I have used in my life, and most likely going to be the last iPhone. My touch has been on all this while, and you see the back. You see how cracked it is. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max. I bought this phone when 2023? Wait, I have to get the receipt. So I want to confirm when exactly I got this phone. I still have the receipt. 2022. Here. I'm not going to change this phone till it stops working. Whatever issue it has, I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to use it till it literally drops dead. That's the kind of person that I am. So imagine when someone like me now got to hear about Congo and what's happening there. Now I would have more reason to want to use my phone till it's like really dead before getting a new one. Yes, there are some things that we cannot control. There are some things that we cannot live without in our modern time. But I'm strongly of the opinion that, be it as it may, there are some little things that we can do still to limit the damage that's being done. But guys, what's your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, I'll be catching you in the next one. Bye.
This video is for Nigerians. If you're not Nigerian, keep scrolling, please. Nigerians, I think we are extremely funny because do you know that pygmy hippopotamus that is trending all over the internet, Modin? Do you know that pygmy hippopotamus is actually native to Nigeria? Yes, it is native to Nigeria, or rather I should say it was native to Nigeria. But now it is locally extinct.
What?
And do you know why? Because this is what we keep doing to our wildlife. We keep eating and consuming them. So we have a country that has chosen to preserve our own wildlife and is making millions of dollars from it, whereas we are using it to cook soup. And you know what's even funny is that we will kill and eat our own wildlife, but yet go to countries like Kenya, Tanzania, even Benin Republic, our next door neighbor, who have chosen to conserve their wildlife and pay to have a look at their wildlife. Huh? We love to go to Benin Republic and hang those their snakes around and take pictures. Oh, wow. And then when we say snake in this country, we kill it. Some people even eat it. We kill and eat any animal that God has created. In fact, our homes these days, we don't even care about greenery. Cement and vibes. We love it. Cement and vibes. We love to live in ovens. So yes, Nigerians, continue to cook and eat your tourism potential. Our children no longer even see butterflies. When was the last time you saw a butterfly? The other day I saw a bee for the first time in Lagos. And I was so excited. I was making videos of the bee. That's what we've turned into. We're so funny. We're funny. Funny. Laugh. Let's laugh. Let's laugh. Let's laugh.